Hi, everybody. So it's Marie today, and we're having to do this on our phone because the computer is being super stupid and not working. So, yeah, it's really annoying, but I guess we'll keep fiddling with it and whatever. And if we can get it to work, then we'll switch over to that. But we'll just do this for now and see what happens, I guess. I don't know. It's so lame. Don't mind me, just typing. Which apparently I cannot do at all because I'm the hunt and peck typer, but that's okay. Hello, it's Marie for anybody who's not aware. And our computer is being a stupid hater, so we're doing it on the phone. So, yeah, it's gonna be the phone for today. And oh my god, that's really blue all of a sudden because of the stupid computer. Hold on, let me turn that off. My whole face is blue. This is stupid. Just hold on. It'll stop in a minute, I think. Just hold on. I gotta find the stupid button. There it is. Where? Come on. There we go. Okay. There. Now I did it. Oh, hold on. Sorry. People said things. Oh my god. So Starry Girlish said hi. Hi. Um Squip said howdy, Yallins. Hello. Stingray said hello. Hello. Aspie Jedi, hi Marie, can't stay long, but wanted to pop in for a few. Hello. Yeah, I know. I was super blue for a minute there. People are saying that I was blue, and then Squip said LOL Blue Man Group. But yeah, I was blue because the computer screen was blue while I was turning it off because the computer will not work because it is being stupid. Okay. I'm really bad with tech, so I make Kit do all the tech stuff. But even he couldn't figure out how to get it to work because the go live button for starting the stream was hidden behind the chat thing. And no matter what we did, we could not get it to move over. So we're on the phone because technology is stupid and hateful. Sorry, girlish. How have things been today with you guys? And Aspie Jedi says, how's things? Okay, so that's easy. 2 questions, 1 answer. Woo. Yeah, so things have been kind of crap for this week. And it's kind of why we ended up doing a live stream because we just did not have any energy left for filming this week. Because, what happened is, okay, so our uncle on our mother's side, right? He had a really bad heart attack, okay, on last Saturday. And then it screwed him up really bad, brain damage, permanently brain dead, all of that. And on Monday, he actually officially died. So we've been kind of a mess over here because like we didn't like super well get along with him. It's not like we were like super close, but there was like a lot of baggage that we wanted to be able to like get closure on because like our body's an adult now and we could like have that conversation. And then for him to just like die all of a sudden, we never got to have that closure. And so it's kind of messed us up a bit. And then our grandfather was being taken care of by our uncle. And now that he's gone, we're having to try to figure out where he can go because like he can't stay at home anymore because he needs like 24-hour care and like he lives in another state. So we're kind of crap out of luck to be able to do anything for him because we're way too far away. So it's all just kind of a mess and it kind of sucks. And oh, sorry, I missed a couple things. Stingray said mean computer. Yeah, the computer is a hater. Stupid thing. Squip said tech don't care. Yeah, very true. Starry Girlish. Oh, that still sucks. I hope you'll get closure soon. Yeah, I hope so too, because like it super sucks to like not be able to like just get that. But like I don't know if we will now because like he's gone. It's not like we can like say what we wanted to say and like talk it out and whatever, but you know, it's not really anything I can do about it. Aspie Jedi, our wonderful grandma died Sunday and our little is taking it really hard. So sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. Like, sorry for your loss and like can totes relate because when family dies, it's crap. It just is. And like even like in our case, when they're not like a family member you're really close to and they're not somebody who was like great because he wasn't. I mean, he had a lot of issues and he wasn't always the nicest person. But like it's always hard because they're still your family and you still love them, you know? Squip, my father passed on the 18th. We were fortunate to have a FaceTime call to say I love you. Oh, well, that's nice that you got to say like I love you and goodbye and everything. And I'm sorry that he died. That sucks. Yeah, I don't know what is up with this year, but this year just kind of blows for everyone. Aspie Jedi, we couldn't be with her because of the virus. Yeah, this whole coronavirus thing just sucks. All kinds. Okay, it's like, no, just everybody who can wear a mask needs to just wear one, and we need to just like get rid of this thing, like make a vaccine or something because it's ridiculous now. I empathize with your loss. My condolences. Thank you, Squib. That's very appreciated and everything because like it just sucks, you know, like poor kid. It took him like 2 or 3 days to really even process what we'd been told. Like he was like numb about it for the first few days and then just kind of broke down about it. And then when we were talking about doing the live stream, I was like, I'll do it because like I'm in a way better place emotionally than he is right now. So yeah, my turn, I guess. Because, you know, sorry, girlish. Maybe a therapeutic letter to him, and when you're done, burn it. Just a thought. Hey, that's actually a good thought. We'll have to give that a try, see if that helps. Because like that would probably help a lot with a lot of family members that we have issues with that we can't talk to for one reason or another, either because they died or just because we don't ever want to get anywhere near them ever again. So that's actually a good thought. Thank you. Aspie Jedi, we're sorry, Squib. Yeah, we are too. It's like that sucks so much. Script. There's also the visiting the spirit does before going on. He died of pneumonia. It was a blessing. He was in stage 7 Alzheimer's. Oh, that sucks. Alzheimer's is just like terrible for the people who are having it and the people who love them because like nobody wants to lose themselves. and nobody wants to see their loved one lose themselves and forget who you are and who they are, and it's just no. Because like our grandfather is getting a lot of like dementia, so like he's having trouble figuring out what year it is and all of that. But it's hard because like he's losing who he was, and he's angry and he's sad and he's depressed about it, and like we can understand why it sucks. So while it's not like exactly the same thing, it's similar, so can totes understand why that sucks. Squip, our grandma had Alzheimer's too and major stroke. Oh, that sucks. Our grandfather had a stroke like 5 or 6 years ago, and he seemed to recover from it, but these days, like he's 100 years old, he's like not doing so great. He's kind of going downhill, unfortunately. Only grandparent who wasn't abusive. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, honestly, I mean, most of our family was either abusive or like knew something was wrong and didn't really like do anything about it. So we have like kind of complicated feelings about a lot of our family, but like to have a person who was like good to you pass away, that just like blows. I'm sorry. Squib said, thank you. Okay. Sorry, Girlish. I know that feeling. There's a certain family member I and we don't want to be near. I'll stay vague, don't want to hurt anyone. And Aspie Jedi sends hearts to everybody. Starry says us. Aspie Jedi says Starry us too. Yeah. It's we have way too many family members that we don't ever want to be near again, to be totes honest, but like certain ones especially. It's just like, no, sorry, you get to be over there and we get to not be anywhere near you ever. So yeah, just no thank you. So sorry that you guys can relate. That like super sucks because it is not fun. It's just like, no, 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 nobody wants that. Just no. And yeah, it definitely is a mood. It's like, why can't all families just be nice people? I mean, really, wouldn't that be great if just like every family was well adjusted and not dysfunctional and nobody was abusive? Wouldn't that just be awesome? In a better world, I guess. Squip says, Marie, it is important to remember, breathe, move, feel. I hope y'allins take the time for self care. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's why I'm giving Kit a break because, like, he needed it. And, you know, we've been taking the time to just like talk it out. Like, Kit talked it out a little bit with like our therapist and stuff. So that helped. And then, like, we're trying to make sure that we do things that we enjoy and like that are like positive and stuff. But like grief is a hard one for us. We're actually planning to make a video on that once things settle down a little bit. But yeah, it's not easy. Grieving is hard. Like none of us really know how to do it very well. So we're kind of just figuring it out as we go, unfortunately. Aspie Jedi, at least we aren't alone here. Yes, very true. It is nice not to be alone. It is nice to talk to people who understand. Community is a good thing. Starry Girlish, yeah, it sucks being alone. We got each other here, and that's awesome. And Aspie Jedi sent a thumbs up. As host, I'm not sure how to help our little. Well, like what we do with our littles, I mean, like I'm not the host, but like, I help. And like what we do with our littles when they're like really sad and stuff is like we let them talk about it and like tell us how they're feeling and like tell us all the things that they're like thinking about and feeling about the whole thing. And then like we do something nice for them. Like let them watch a favorite show or like make a favorite meal or like things like that, just like comfort them, because it's just like having an outside kid. When they're sad or hurting, you give them a hug if they like hugs. You give them a toy if they like toys, and help them to work through their feelings with the toy and like cuddle with them and stuff. I mean, I'm not like super great with kids, to be totes honest. Like, I'm not, I guess, like the most patient person ever. But, like if one of the littles is sad, I'll like do something about it if I'm the one who's there, or if like Kit's daughter is sad, I will do something about it if I'm the one who's here. So just like offer comfort, ask them what they need. Like, what do they need to feel better? Like, do they want to write a letter? If they can write, do they want to draw a picture? What do they want to do to like work through it and stuff? Let's see. Stingray says there's no right way to grieve. Very true. There isn't. Squip, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. Yeah, that's pretty much the standard steps, though you can hop and skip around all over the place with those. DID Hatchery. Hi, everybody. Hello. I don't know if I've seen you before, so hello. I'm Marie, in case you don't know. Just be, you'll cycle through the stages in no particular order. Exactly. It just happens. And then Aspie says, hi, Hatchery. Zippity Zap says, hey, everybody. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're going to try to get her out to draw this weekend. That sounds like a good idea. Like, letting kids like work through their feelings with like pictures and stuff seems to really work because like especially like really little kids, like any kids really, but like especially really little kids seem to have like a really hard time talking about how they're feeling. And especially like extra when you've got like trauma problems on top of all that. So drawing pictures seems to be a really good like outlet for a lot of kids. DID Hatchery. Hi all. Hi Aspie. Hi DID with me. Nice to meet you. Yay. Talking to people. I cannot even tell you how much I've missed actually like talking to people. Cause oh my God, we cannot go places or see people. And it's so boring. Like, I know it's for safety and like we're not gonna leave the house and be stupid, but it's still so boring. Squip asks if it's sidewalk chalk. Yeah. Is it sidewalk chalk or just like drawing in the house? Because either one is good. Aspie Jedi Hatchery saw you last night in Ryan's live stream. I do not know who that is, but that is cool that you guys have met before. Yay for like Small World and not that really obnoxious Disney ride with the really annoying song. Kind of Small World, but more like the hey, look at this, things are connected kind of thing. Sorry, I like super hate that ride. Like so much. I just cannot even. Paper drawings. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have like a ton, and I mean a ton of paper in our house all the time. And crayons, and markers, and like all of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of drawing that happens in our house. And sorry if you can hear our dog barking downstairs. She's like super loud. So silly puppy. Okay, and you guys are saying nice to see you to each other, which again, yay. So yeah, basically we're just taking it one day at a time and trying to focus on what we can do something about. Because like I don't know. It's hard because, like, we've always, like, in our own ways, because, like, everybody feels differently about it, but we've, like, all always kind of wanted to have, like, that big, happy family where everybody's, like, there for each other and stuff like that. And, like, the one nice thing in this whole situation was that, like, our extended cousins on our mother's side, like, really stepped up. Like, our 3rd cousin is gonna be taking care of our grandfather's house since he can't live in it anymore, and, our 2nd cousin yeah, our 2nd cousin is helping clean out everything and all of that kind of stuff, so, that's nice. I mean, the super crappy part about the whole thing with our uncle, besides, I mean, the obvious part where he died, and that's crappy, but is that he was actually supposed to get married to the girl he's been with in, like, August. So, yeah, it was kind of, mm, you know? And he, like, just retired. He was, like, a firefighter and stuff, and, like, he just retired, so it was like, wow, he hasn't even gotten, like, his first retirement check, and then he dies from a heart attack. That just sucks. Yeah, so, just kind of is what it is. Our little draws pics for our therapist to show how she's feeling and some of her trauma. She can share grief during next week at tea, maybe. Yeah, that sounds good. It's definitely important to let everybody who wants to share stuff with a therapist because, like, we totes have people who are like, nope, don't want to talk to that lady. No. But, like, a lot of us, even though for a really long time, a lot of us were like, therapists are stupid, we've gotten to the point where, like, we'll talk to her and stuff because, like, she doesn't, like, beat around the bush or anything like that. She just, like, says it straight and, like, doesn't mess around with it and whatever, and, like, pretty much all of us are, like, yay with that because she's so straightforward, you know? And, like, she just says it like it is, and we can just say it like it is to her, and we know that we could, like, tell her anything and that, like, she's not gonna freak out. So, I mean, that makes it kinda nice. I mean, we're still kind of, like, working through some issues that we have with, like, anybody that we see as an authority figure, because, like, we have trouble opening up sometimes because of that, but, like, we're working on it, so, And, yeah, just, like, letting everybody share is, like, super important. Like, I've talked to our therapist a couple of times and, like, brought up, "Hey, I didn't like when this was said," or, "Hey, this thing happened, and here's how I feel about it." And, like, some of the little kids have come out and, like, talked to her too, and, like, it's helped, like, to let everybody just talk to somebody. Because like, it's kinda like what we do here, like, on YouTube and stuff, and, like, when we're online, like, we can be ourselves, like, we don't have to be, like, all pretending like we're one person all the time, like we do a lot of the time in real life. Because, like, the only people who really know about us are, like, really close people and, like, doctors and stuff who, like, need to know for, like, you know, obs reasons. So, yeah, it's just, it's nice when you have, like, a good therapist and you can just be like, "Hey, it's me. Here's what I think. Here's what I feel. Yeah. So what do I do with that?" You know? Zippity zap. We really wanna see a therapist, but we can't at the moment. But luckily you have what? Is there, like, a missing part of that sentence? I'm confused. Did something happen? Okay. Well, if there's more to that sentence, please, like, let me know because 'cause I'm super confused. But yeah, finding a good therapist is hard. Oh my god. We saw lots of different people pretty much our whole life, really. It's kind of sad, actually. We went to so many therapists, none of them could figure out what the heck was going on. It was just sad. It was like, wow, okay. It's like we went to therapy when we were like really little, and they're like, oh yeah, your kid has trauma, but like we can't figure out what it is or what's going on. It's like, wow, really? Wow, okay. That's like the best you're gonna do. But all right. I mean, like, to be fair, we were kind of like actively trying to hide things from people back then because, didn't want to make it worse. But yeah, just squip. Not everybody knows everything. Very true. Some people are just like not knowledgeable or whatever. I don't even know what the word for that would be. Like, ignorant? Is that the word for that? I don't know. I'm not good with that kind of thing. Zippity, sorry, the rest of that's not loading. Oh, it's okay, it happens. The Lever system. We recently changed our name from the Coven system to the Lever system. A few of our more religious altars weren't a fan of it, so our boyfriend helped us pick a new name. Hey, that's cool. Yay for name changing. I changed my name like a long time ago. Because, like, I don't know if all of you know this, but like, I used to be what they call a persecutor because I was like super mean and stuff, like a lot. And like, once I decided to stop doing that kind of stuff, I decided to change my name because like my old name was really associated with like bad things and like I didn't want to keep going with that. So like totes get the whole thing on name changes. So that's why we call it practicing. Yeah. One of the definitions of ignorant, lacking knowledge, information, or awareness about a particular thing. Okay, cool. So I did use the right word. Yay. I'm like not the most like wordy person in our system. Like Kit knows all these big words and like when we were like little, he used to like go through the dictionary to like learn new words and then would like use them in sentences and stuff. And I'm just like, oh God, what is the word for this thing? So yeah. Different skills. It's kind of like I can dance, Kit can't dance. He's okay with that. He knows that. But yeah, that's why I always think it's really silly when people say that like they don't think that DID is real. It's like, then how do you explain the fact that we can all do such completely different things and that we don't like share skills and stuff? I mean, really, come on. But I don't know, I guess that plays into the whole people being ignorant thing. Sometimes people just don't know things and sometimes they just don't want to. Which those are the people who are just never going to listen to you. The people who just don't want to hear you are just not gonna. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty meh about like rude or obnoxious people. I don't really like deal with them. I'm just like, nope, sorry, you're not a nice person. Bye. But, whatever. The liver system, not to mention there are CAT scans proving the DID is real. Yeah, exactly. I know, right? Squip, the marginalizing annoys me. The it's so rare it doesn't count. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my God, seriously? It's like, okay, so there are like some super rare diseases out there and like super rare cancers. Not that DID is really as rare as people tend to think it is, especially when like you count OSDD1 also, because then like it's even bigger. But like if people are gonna think it's rare, it's like that doesn't make something not count. There's tons of like super rare things out there, and everyone still realizes that's real. That's just like a dumb argument. DID Hatchery, DID is 100% real, and doctors who don't believe in it should lose their license. Agreed. It's like, seriously, you can't just decide that you're not going to believe in a diagnosis. That's just stupid. It's like, that would be like deciding that you don't believe cancer is real. You just can't do that. It's like not how that works. Aspie Jedi, I gotta head to bed. So great seeing you all. Thanks, Marie. Oh, well, good night. Sleep good and stuff. And thank you for like stopping in and everything. Squib, I so want to flip the script. What can we marginalize about them? Yeah, I know, right? Don't mean, obnoxious people just make you want to be mean back. But Kit says that's not mature and whatever. I don't know. I guess I'm not always the most mature about things because, like, I tend to just get even instead of like dwelling on being mad at people. I tend to just be like, okay, well, you're an asshole, and I think so, so ha. But yeah, whatever. And then DID Hatchery said, night, Aspie, sent a smiley face. Absurd. Yes, exactly. It's like, I don't get people sometimes. Like, people can literally like see something right in front of them and then like say it's not real. And it's like, what? No, that doesn't even make sense. Just, Squip, I bite back. This coming from the person with natural red hair. Yeah, exactly. But that wouldn't be nice. Yeah, I know, right? Because, like, it just, you just want to look at them and be like, well, let me just point out all of the things about you that are, like, not the norm. And then we can have a conversation. But yeah, it's not really very nice. But yeah, I guess I'm probably not, like, always as nice as I should be. I don't know. DID Hatchery, why do they want to be closed minded? How is that the smart choice? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't understand that. Like, Berserker and I, because like she's our main protector, like, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Like, we used to argue all the time. But like, the one thing we agree on is we have like no time for people who choose to be stupid, because there's like totes of difference between just like I don't know something and I'm just gonna like refuse to see something that is obvious because I don't wanna, because I want to be petty or mean or whatever. And yeah, just no. Yeah, she actually ended up getting in like a super like heated argument a few days ago with another system because like they were refusing to get medical care when they were like super in need of going to a hospital. And Kit kept just being like, oh my God, go to the hospital. This is dangerous. Go to the hospital. And then Berserker got tired of it and was like, go to the effing hospital. Stop being an idiot and go to the hospital. And they got all mad at her for like saying that. But like, I don't know. I kind of understood where she was coming from. It's like, we've been having this conversation for like an hour, okay, and you keep saying how this is just getting worse, and like everyone's like giving you suggestions on how you could get to the hospital, and you just keep telling everybody, I can't do that, I can't do that, I can't do that. Well, that's just stupid, okay? And like, most of us don't have a lot of patience for stupid. Like, we're not trying to be mean, we just don't have the time for that. Squip, not a smart choice, more threat to the view of the world. Yeah, agreed. Like, some people seriously do not like anything that does not, like, line up with the way they think things should be. Which I've always thought is, like, stupid because, like, nobody knows everything. So how would anybody know how it should be or shouldn't be? I mean, like, it's like I've said in, like, some of the videos that I did, I don't live in someone else's brain. I don't know what's going on with them. I can't say what they do or don't experience because how the heck would I know? So, I'm just kind of live and let live, I guess. Like, as long as you're not being horrible to people or being stupid, I really don't care. You know, do whatever. Be who you are. I like don't care. But when people want to be jerks, yeah, I don't have time for that. Not even a little. DID Hatcher said agreed on that part for the threat to the view of the world. And then Squip said threat to the view of the world activates the pain part of the amygdala. Should points to a rule they were taught, but we were never taught to question the rules taught or the teachers. Yeah, true. Like, I guess probably because our family was messed up and crappy. We're like, oh, okay. I'm gonna like take everything you say with a super big grain of salt from anybody who's telling us something. It's like, unless you've got like facts to back it up or it's something like about you, because then like you don't need facts. If you say you are something, then you are. Like, it's not any of my business. But like when somebody's telling us, oh, this is this way, most of us are like, yeah, okay, let me just like fact check that for a minute and make sure that's actually true before I decide whether or not I believe that, you know? Because like we learned a long time ago, people lie. Sometimes it's on purpose, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's like, what's that word? Malicious, that's the word. And sometimes it's just people being ignorant and stupid. But yeah, we're just like, okay, yeah, sure. We'll just check that, make sure. How do you say your name? Carrie? Is that how you say it? Am I saying that right? Carrie West, I'm going to school for psychology because I want to be a therapist and DID is barely covered. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh my God, seriously? Because like we've seen people talk about that before online, how like in like school stuff for like psychology and psychiatry and whatever, that it's like not even hardly covered. It's like a paragraph or something stupid like that. And we're just like, oh my God, are you serious right now? No wonder so many people don't know what to do with it. It's just ridiculous. DID hatchery, it's so insulting. They need to cover DID. Exactly. Hello. And like, not only that, but like dissociative disorders in general, like need to get way more like better understanding than they have because like so many people don't even get it. Like even professionals, they like just don't get it. And it's like, oh my God, seriously? It's like, yeah, DID and like OSDD1 might like be a more like, I guess, extreme end of the dissociation spectrum or whatever you want to call it. But like dissociative disorders in general are like not uncommon. So should probably cover that better. Just saying. Zippity Zap says Carrie West, me too. Oh, cool. Like Marie, but with a K. Oh, sorry. Okay, so like, how, like Carrie? Is that how you say it? Carrie? Am I saying it right? I am really sorry if I screw up your name. Squid, these things take time. Yeah, they do. But it's just like it's really stupid how long it's taking. I mean, it's been like something that people have like known is a thing for like decades. Okay, how long can it take? I mean, really, how long before people start like pulling their heads out of their rear ends? I'm trying to keep this PG if at all possible in case anybody younger than, I'm expecting shows up. But yeah, people need to just pull their heads out of their behinds and figure it out because like you cannot be a psychologist and be walking around not having any understanding of like an entire chunk of what you're supposed to be doing. Like not understanding dissociative disorders is just like that'd be like being a medical doctor and like not knowing how to treat a specific illness and just like having no idea what to do with it. That doesn't work. Okay. It's just no. Oh my god, sorry. That went so fast. Okay, hold on. Uh okay, here we go. DID Hatchery, we're sorry if our brains did this amazing thing to survive. Yeah, I know, right? Seriously. Squip, time to propagate through the system. What in the heck does propagate mean? Oh my god, I don't even know what that word is. It's been around for a long time, but only in the past how many decades has it come to light? PTSD has been around for how many millennia? True. I don't know. I think some people just like don't want to like acknowledge that it's real, like they don't want to get it. They're like going to do everything they can to not get it. And it doesn't help with that whole false memory syndrome foundation that was there for a while, just being a bunch of jerks and like making people's lives miserable. And we're so glad they disbanded. Just horrible people. Anyway. Curry West says yes. Okay, so cool. I got it right. Yay. DID Hatchery. It's just a matter of whether or not they believe. That is so unscientific. Exactly. It's like, hello, your entire job is supposed to be based on like facts. And like, you're going to decide something does or doesn't exist on your belief. Like, I'm sorry, you don't get to have an opinion on whether or not a disorder exists. Sorry, it just does. Okay. That's like saying cancer isn't real. That's stupid. You can't just decide something doesn't exist because you don't want it to. That's not even how that works. Yet advancements have been happening in the past 20 years, Squip. Oh yeah, that is true. They have. Tamsin M. Hello, I made it. Hi. Propagate, spread, and promote an idea, theory, etc. widely. Ah, okay. So basically just like spread the information so that other people are like aware of it. Okay, that makes sense. But I mean, that's like why we do what we do on YouTube is because like we want people to get it. It's not like it is on TV. It's not like it is in the movies. We're not a horror trope. We're not scary. We're not weird and bizarre. And we're not like a freak show to go look at and stare at. We're just people. Okay. And like, I don't know. I guess it's just like more disappointing when it's somebody whose whole entire job is to know things about mental health. And they're like, oh, this particular thing isn't real. That it's like, wow, that's just like extra insulting because you're like supposed to know better. You know? Does that like make sense? Tamsin M, LOL, it's like flat earthers. Oh my god, yes. Just ah, I just cannot. I cannot even understand that whole entire thing. Like people can believe whatever the heck they want to believe, whatever, as long as you're not hurting anybody. But like, I just can't wrap my head around that one. Like, how could a person think the world is flat? Okay, we've like known that it isn't for like ever. But whatever. The ID hatchery, to be honest, we didn't believe it until our altars surfaced. We now know it's 100% true and more. Well, okay, that's cool that you figured it out at least. Because, denial is bad for your health, tends to make things worse. We learned that a long time ago. It was very messy. Yeah, the earth is flat up because I believe that. Exactly. I know, right? It's like, but that's not how facts work. Like, even I know that. Like, I'm totes gonna be honest. I'm not like the, I guess, best educated of all of us. I'm not like the smartest out of all of us or anything like that. But like, even I know that's not how that works. Okay. You can't just like decide what facts are on like belief. Belief has like nothing to do with facts. That's not how that works. The ID hatchery, we were in deep denial for decades. Yeah. Denial is like, how do I make that? How to like explain? Okay, hold on. Denial is kind of like quicksand. Like, the more you like walk into it, I guess, like the deeper into it you think, you know? And like the only way out of it is to pull yourself out of it. And that's like something that can happen because you do it by yourself or like something proves something to you or whatever. But sorry, nose itched. But yeah, denial sucks. Belief has no place in science. So true. Exactly. Cause like I am like not super sciencey. Like pretty much everything I know about science, I know because I've rifled through the things that Kit has learned and been like, oh, hey, look, I learned a new thing today. But like, I mean, the whole point of science is to like figure stuff out and like find the truth. And you can't do that if you already have like a preconceived belief. That doesn't even work. You can't go into it saying, oh, well, this is what I think, and I'm going to do everything in my power to prove it, even if nothing about what I'm doing says that's the truth. That's not how that works. You're supposed to like go in and like say, here's what I think, and then find out if that's true or if something else is. It's not, that's what I think, and now I'm going to prove it. No. Tamsin M. I was in denial for so much longer than our friends. They said it's obvious that your altars are real. You're the only one who doubts that. Oh wow. So like your guys' friends figured it out and pointed it out. We've had friends actually that we've talked to who were like, oh, that makes so much more sense now. Like once they actually like met us as ourselves, they were like, oh hey, I've met you before. I was like, yeah, hi. Squip, touching on flat Earth, 3rd century BC Greeks had the circumference of the Earth within 100 miles. Wow. That's, wow. I don't know. It's kind of like the people who believe like completely like whacked out there things that don't make any sense. Like people who believe that like the moon landing was fake or whatever. It's like, no, we've been back like several times and there's a flag up there. It didn't get there by itself. Okay. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm kind of the opinion, I guess, that like if people want to believe stupid stuff and it makes them happy, then whatever. But if what they believe is like hurting other people, then like they need to be taught better and they need to knock it off. Squip and the mirrors. Oh yeah, yeah, the mirrors. The yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, Kit's daughter is actually doing space science right now for school. So they actually just talked about that kind of stuff recently in her class stuff. So I was like, oh, hey, interesting. I know. It's like, seriously. Tamsin, yeah, our system is OSDD. So since I don't have amnesia, I've often thought I'm just acting. I must be making it up. And my friends were like, yeah, no, they obviously exist. Yeah. I mean, like, I would like bet that not having amnesia probably makes it harder to like accept. I mean, we've always had like a fair amount of amnesia, like other than once we started doing like therapy stuff and got like co-consciousness and whatever. But like even then, like there's still like denial that happens. Like Kit will hit denial every once in a while and then like we'll be like, no, stop it. And then he's like, okay. Well, the fact that people are talking to me and being like, no, stop it is probably good proof that I'm not making it up. But you know, like we do have like some people who straight up think that, you know, none of this makes any sense and just are never going to believe it. And we've just had to be like, okay, whatever, and walk away from those people because that's all we can really do. But it's like so much harder when it's you that has the denial. Like, I never had any because I was always like, oh, hey, look, everybody, because I pretty much knew most everybody around, at least in the front area of things. So I couldn't be in denial, I guess, just because I knew like from being in the inner world and stuff. But yeah, like I see how it's like probably difficult for people who are like the host because they spend so much more time out, you know? DID Hatchery, we didn't know we had amnesia for a very long time, but we did have amnesia. Yeah. Kit likes to call that amnesia of your amnesia. I think that's like a pretty good way to put it. It's like you don't realize that you're forgetting. Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. Squid, my partner has started to become aware within the past couple of years. Occasionally, she thinks she's making it up. I point to the changes in handwriting. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's like I don't know. Kit once explained it that like denial is part of dissociation because like if you admit that you dissociate, you have to admit that you've had trauma, and like your brain is going, no, don't do that. So like I guess it makes sense, but like never having had it myself, like I don't know what that feels like, but like I can like empathize, you know? Curry West. It's really hard for some people to wrap their mind around. I encourage anyone who doubts it to read When the Rabbit Howls. It's amazing when they actually read it, seeing them begin to understand. Yeah, we've never read the book for that, but we've actually seen the movie that was based around it. The reason we haven't read the book is, you know, super triggery content, but we've heard it's a really good one and we like hardcore relate to um oh god, I can't even remember her name. What is her name? Oh my god. I've just like completely spaced on her name. The lady who wrote the book, who her and her system are the focus of the book. Whatever her name is. But yeah, we completely like could relate to what she was talking about in like the movie and stuff. Like I'm pretty sure that it was fairly accurate, like based on like what we saw on Google and stuff. It's pretty close to accurate to the book and stuff. So yeah, I mean, we could relate to a lot of that. And I was like, wow, hey, look, this feels so incredibly relatable. Oh my goodness. Tamsin M, I think we had some amnesia when the body was younger, but not anymore. That makes it feel odd and sometimes like we're acting. Yeah, I mean, like from everything that like we know, because like we share like basic information, if that makes sense. Sorry, my nose itches. Excuse me. But we share like a storage container, I guess, of information about like stuff we've learned and whatever. But like from what we've learned, it's like normal for any system to have amnesia of like the trauma stuff itself, whether they have like DID or OSDD. So I think that's like pretty normal. And then it's like the difference between DID and certain types of like OSDD is, do you have amnesia the rest of the time? So, I mean, I think that's pretty normal, at least based on what we know. I could be wrong. DID hatchery denial is the architecture of dissociation. Exactly. Tamsin M. Oh, I like that. If you admit you have dissociation, you have to admit you have trauma. Exactly. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind here, guys. I'm trying to like scroll and read and talk at the same time. I can walk and chew gum at the same time, I swear. Squip denial, part of no, that can't be true. Accepting it is true means starting to accept the reason behind having it. Exactly. Trudy Chase. Yeah, that's who it was. Trudy Chase. Thank you. I was like, I know it ends in an E sound. But yeah, we actually watched a movie that was specifically about Trudy Chase and like her personal struggles and her story and stuff. And like we were all like, wow, that's so relatable. So yeah, thank you for reminding me of her name, because that was a serious moment there for a second. I could not remember it. I guess that's the wonders of memory loss. Woo. Because even I get some of it. Kit gets it way worse than like the rest of us, probably because he's out more. So he probably notices it more. But like, it's like sometimes like we'll be doing something and then like we'll switch back and it's like some of it just like gets lost on the way or something. Even when we have like co-consciousness and whatever, it's weird. It's like we'll be there and we know what happened and we were watching what happened, but we're like missing pieces of information for some reason. Don't really know why that happens exactly, but you know, I'm sure we'll probably figure it out eventually. I think. I don't know. Kind of hope so though. It would be kind of nice if we could eventually figure out exactly why that happens, why stuff just seems to get kind of lost on the way. But, you know, whatever. You know, I gotta say though, like that Trudy Chase lady and like other people who've like actually written books and stuff about like their experiences, that's like super brave to like put your name out there and like tell the whole world your story, because like then you open yourself up to being vulnerable to people who like don't believe you. So like that's huge. Like we've thought a couple of times about maybe doing something like that, but like because some people in our system are like not okay with that idea, we've just never done it. But yeah, it's one of those things that's like, wow, that's amazing that you could like gather all of that information in one place and actually be brave enough to say it. Tamsin M. I used to think there were ghosts in my room because things would be in different places. Oh yeah, yeah. Poor Kit used to get so confused because stuff would get moved or completely disappear, or there would be new stuff that he didn't know where it came from. Poor guy. He would get so confused. And then there was that time that me and Tandy, who is in Kit's husband's system, and we're together. There was the time that we bought a bunch of stuff. We really shouldn't have, but we did. And it was like $1,000 in a week, and it was bad. But yeah, communication is a good thing. We've kind of learned not to do that anymore. So agree, telling our story makes us so vulnerable, Tamsin. Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like putting it out there like opens you up to like people being assholes about it. I mean, sorry, jerks about it. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it PG in case there's anybody. But like, yeah, it like opens it up to so many like people being judgmental and whatever. And like there's a good chunk of our system that's just like not ready for that kind of like, what's the word? Scrutiny? Yeah, scrutiny. DID Hatchery. I used to think I was special because so many people I didn't know knew me. LOL. That's hysterical. Like it's not like funny in like the moment, but it's like a funny way of saying that. Tamsin M, I love that DID Hatchery. Exactly. See that that's just kind of that's great. It is. Yeah, poor Kit used to get so confused because people would come up and be like, "Hey, I know you," and he'd be like, "Who are you? Who is this person? Why are you talking to me?" And some of the rest of us too have had that too, where like somebody that knows somebody else has walked up and been like, "Hey, how's it going?" And we're sitting there going, "I don't know who you are, but okay, hi." Zippity zap. I'd wake up and have random drawings in a completely different style in a sketchbook. And I personally have been drawing online only for months now. Yeah, we have quite a few of those when we were kids, like drawings and stuff that people would do in school that were like way different skill levels or like completely different styles and stuff. And Kit could never quite seem to figure out why that was. He was always like, that's really weird. I mean, he kind of got it a little bit when we were younger because like he was more aware of us then. But then he got older and started to figure out, oh God, this is weird. And so then it was like, nope, nope, not happening. La la la, denial. And yeah, it was kind of messy, but he never did quite realize that that was why. Like he got that there were other people that he could hear, but he didn't quite realize that like we were the ones doing the stuff, if that makes sense. Tamsin, I'm not as special as I thought. LOL from TID Hatchery. Yeah, it's kind of entertaining when you figure out, oh yeah, but you know, you're totes special. Everyone is. Everyone is unique and everybody matters. Okay. Tamsin MDID Hatchery, you're probably more special than you realize. See, I told you. Squip. Frag, I get that. Who are you? I chalk it up to getting old and getting CRS. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes we'll sit and wonder how much of this not knowing is the DID stuff and how much of it is just that like we have other stuff going on and maybe we weren't paying attention or something. That's kind of one of those, which one came first, the chicken or the egg? You never really know. DID Hatchery Tamsin M. Aw, thank you. You are as well. We're sure. And a smiley face. It's all ego, baby. That's hysterical. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We've run into like a lot of different people over the years. And it's always interesting running into somebody who knows one of us, but not the rest of us. Because then, like, they're expecting certain behavior and they're like, whoa, what's happening? Why are you so different? And we're like, oh, no reason. Yeah. It's like our friends in college used to like point out all the time how it was like we were so different sometimes, like different clothes, different ways of doing things, different styles of like talking and stuff. And like when we told a couple of our friends from college about us, they were like, "Oh, that makes so much more sense. I just figured that was you guys and that was just who you were." Never gave it too much thought. And that's the thing that we always think is really funny is like people can see DID right in front of their face. Like, because sometimes we were a little more obvious in college than we had been before just because of stress and stuff going on and some people not being aware that there were other people. But it was one of those things that it's like if people don't know what they're looking at, they just chalk it up to you're weird or you're moody. I always kind of thought that was funny. Sad at the same time because then it's like, wow, people are like not very like educated on it, but also kind of funny. DID had you right. We always had to come up with excuses. I'm not feeling well or I'm tired, etc. Yeah, I know. I feel that. Amsterdam. I had someone call me once when I was 13 and he insisted I'd given him our number and wanted to talk to him again. I am sure I hurt his feelings because I had no clue who he was. Yeah. We've gotten phone calls from people that like were like, who is this? Who is this person? Does anybody know this person? Hello. What is happening? And like sometimes somebody else will show up and like switch out and be like, oh hey, and start talking to them. And other times like nobody can figure out who was talking to this person, but they obviously know who we are because they know like more information than some rando who doesn't know us would know. So it's just like, okay, who are you? And how do I supposedly know you again? Hmm. DID hatchery. It's so scary. Exactly. It kind of is because like you're just like, who are you? And why are you talking to me? It's like super awkward and kind of creepy sometimes. Like when it's like this person knows who you are and you don't know who they are, it's just kind of like, ooh, heebie jeebies. Tamsin M. The only thing I could think was someone in my seat in my class had pretended to be me. Yeah, and DID Hatcher, yes, it is creepy. It is because it's like, wow, hmm, I don't know, like it's kind of like when like we'll see people talking about how, oh, I wish that I had DID. It's like, no, you don't. No, no, you don't. Or when people say, oh, I wish that I had OSDD. No, you don't. Because nobody wants to feel like they have like no control over what's happening. And nobody likes not knowing what in the heck is going on half the time. Trust me, it's not fun. We've had way too many times where somebody would show up and have absolutely no idea what was happening. It's why we developed the whole thing inside of having like I guess a collective memory container where we could keep like basic information because we kept having the problem of people showing up and having zero idea what was happening. And it was causing problems and it was making us noticeable, which we did not want. So that's why we did that. But yeah, it was definitely not very fun. DID hatchery, not actual DID. They want the ridiculous romanticized DID. Exactly. They don't want it really. They just want what they think it is. Squip, more to the point, you wish you could hand the task off to someone else and enjoy just the good times. Exactly, right? But it's not like that's how it works. That's the thing that like people who say they don't get, they don't realize like all the negative that goes along with it. Like I started out in here as 15, right? And then I went up to 18 and now I'm up to 21. Okay? But I'm still younger than our body. And like the really young kids, like, it can be really hard for them to, like, figure out how to deal with the fact that our body does not work the way they expect it to, that we're too big to do certain things that they wanna do, and that is, like, super sad and hard because then you're like, "I wanna do these things and I can't," and it's not very fun. It sucks to feel limited, you know? Tamsin M. Now I realize it was an alter, but what else could I think at 13? Someone mean pretended to be me and thought it was funny. Well, yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, nobody's going to automatically go, oh, hey, I have OSDD or oh, I have DID. Yeah, they're not going to think that because unless you know what it is, how would you possibly think that that was what was going on? And I mean, even if you thought maybe that was going on because you had some idea of what it was, it doesn't mean you'd know for sure until you like went and actually talked to somebody about it and all of that kind of stuff because, you know, who knows? So yeah, I mean, at 13, it's not even surprising. Who wants to not know WTF is going on? It sucks. Exactly. That was from DID Hatchery. Sorry, I'm trying to like say all your names and read it off because like Kit asked us anytime we're doing a live stream to make sure to do that so that people who are watching them later know who the heck we're talking to. Curry West, some people do really care. Exactly. There are good people. There are people who do care. And that's why you know, that's why it's cool to do what we do, because like, yeah, we get haters. We get people who are rude. We get people who are mean. We get people who are ignorant. But we also meet a lot of really nice people who actually want to learn more and actually care. And, granted, like a lot of people are also like systems themselves or like know somebody who's a system and that's why. But like anybody who really wants to listen and actually like gives a crap is always nice to run into. Squip, I think that scares my partner's system the most, that I care for them and want to nurture them. Yeah, being taken care of and cared about is not something a lot of people with trauma are good at in our experience. We're not. Because it's like you get this messed up idea in your head that like doing things for yourself or letting other people do things for you is selfish or bad or something. Trauma just screws up your brain. It does. It messes up your ability to function like a person in the world. And that's why therapy and medication, if it's like necessary, and all that other stuff is important because you got to fix what other people broke, because they messed up stuff. They like screwed up your development and whatever. And you have to like redo stuff to like fix it. And it just kind of sucks. Tamsin M. Yeah, I had no clue about DID. I still don't remember the trauma. My mantra for years was nothing bad happened to me for me to be like this. Yeah. Yup. It took Kit a long time to get the memories from some of us that had them of like some of the really bad stuff, but like he always knew that certain things were bad because like he was around for certain stuff. It was just not the really bad stuff. It was the stuff that like, how do I say this and it not sound like super messed up? It's basically the stuff that like we thought of as normal. The stuff that wasn't like so scary we didn't know what to do. The stuff that we figured we could deal with, if that makes sense. Like it was still super messed up, but like it was all we knew. Squip, or they're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Oh my god, yes. We're really bad about that, to be honest. Like a lot of us have super hardcore trust issues. And we're like always kind of just waiting for something bad to happen. We're working on that in therapy because it's super sucky. DID hatchery, that happened to me too, Tamsin M. My mother tried to murder me multiple times, yet I still thought my trauma wasn't bad enough. That's the disorder. Oh, sorry. That's horrible. I really, really hope that your mother got in trouble for that because that's super messed up. And yeah, you're right. You know, that whole it wasn't that bad. We still catch ourselves once in a while being like, oh, hey, this wasn't that bad. And then like our therapist is like, no, 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 that was bad. That's not normal. We're like, oh, okay. Learned a new thing, I guess. Squip, you're being nice to me. A, what do you want? B, when are you going to drop the mask? Cree West, this. Yeah, exactly, right? It's like, what do you want from me? Why are you being nice? What is your ulterior motive? We can relate to that. I can, especially. I always get super weird when people are being too nice to me. I'm like, what do you want from me? Why are you acting so nice? What's wrong with you? Tamsin M to Squip. Your partner is very fortunate. My partner is not as accepting. Granted, we didn't know about my OSDD when we were married, but still. Yeah, I mean, like, I think for us, a big part of the reason that things worked out well is because Kit's husband also has DID. And so, like, there's that ability to understand each other and whatever. I mean, like, he and I don't like super get along right now because he did some stupid things that were, well, stupid. But, you know, we're working on it because, you know, he does share a body with the woman I'm married to. So, kind of have to just suck it up and deal with him until we figure out our crap and all that. We're working on it. We'll get there. And sorry to hear that your partner is not super accepting, Tamsin M. That's sucky. I hope they get there because that is like not fun to be around somebody who just doesn't get it. We've had to like we haven't had like significant others who knew and didn't get it. But we've had like friends who were really not accepting and we had to like drop them and it sucked. So while it's not like exactly the same, we can like empathize with that, you know. And then Squip said to DID Hatchery, Vietnam vet told me one time one round fired, you were 1,000, you still took fire. Well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's like no such thing as this was worse than this thing. It's more just like what was worse for you, like if that makes sense. Like whatever was the worst thing you've ever lived through was the worst thing you've ever lived through. So it's like not a competition and stuff, you know. Tamsin M, yes, the stuff we thought was normal, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of messed up, isn't it? Yes, we thought it was normal. Yeah, it's not. It's not fun. It's something I'm struggling with. DID Hatchery, wow, isn't that strange how we normalize stuff like that? So true, Squip from DID Hatchery. Okay. My partner system lately has reacted to change with thoughts of, are we being punished or are you angry with me or us? Yeah, change can be super hard. Like, we are not good with change. Like, I am not even going to lie. We are not good with it at all. Some of us more than others, but like as a general rule, we do not do well with change because it's like, oh my God, this is different from what we've grown comfortable with. What do we do? Oh no. So yeah, can see where your partner and their system are coming from. I guess just like try to be patient and like reassure them that that's not what's happening. That's really all you can do. I mean, you know, try to remind them that you care and that it's like not intended to be a bad thing. Like if that makes sense. Zip Zap, we thought it was normal as well. Yeah, it's super, like, insane the stuff that you can, like, rationalize to yourself as normal, and then you look back at it and you're like, "Wait, that was actually really messed up, wasn't it?" DID Hatchery, we have to get going. Thank you for the live stream. This was so nice, everybody. Hopefully, we'll do this again. Yes, definitely. There will definitely be more live streams in the future, and I will probably be in at least one of them at some point because I do that. So, I'm one of the more, I guess, common people to run into in our system because I'm out more often than some other people. So, you will probably see me again at some point. Gray West says, have a good evening. Yay. Bye, DID Hadrian. We hope you have a good night. All right, Temps and M Squip. Your best route is to be consistent, which it sounds like you are. Keep doing what you're doing. Your partner and their system's blessed to have you. You're searching for help. Exactly. Squip. For example, I started moving the pile of stuffies to make a surprise for another member. The question asked was, did we do something wrong to have the stuffies taken away? Oh no. Hold on. Bye. It jumped. And that, well, like in that kind of a situation, just explain, they're not being taken away, that, you were just moving them. And, let them know what was really going on so that they know that that was not the intention. Tamsin M said, and trying to understand, it's amazing. And then bye DID Hatchery, yay. And sorry, I'm like reading and talking at the same time. It's like super weird. But yeah, it is amazing that like you try to understand Squip because that's like really cool. Because like not a lot of people do that who don't have DID or OSDD or something similar to it, you know. Like it takes a special kind of person to like say, hey, I'm gonna like learn, you know. Regarding thinking it was normal, well, for your experience, it was normal. You had no other basis of comparison. This is true. I mean, that is true. We didn't. TID Hedry said good night. Squip said, man is the measure of all things. We measure the world by ourselves and our experiences. That's very true. We do. It's like when somebody tells you something and your first response is, wow, that can happen. That's what that is too. It's like you didn't realize because it's not something you've experienced, you know? But like, I guess the trick is just to be open minded and be like, okay, like I can accept that this is a thing, even if I haven't like experienced it. Or I can get that this was bad, even though it was normal for me. Like, if that makes sense. Nod, I was moving them to the blanket fort. Thank Yellens for the compliment. Very welcome. Because, like, yeah, it's just like we've got people in our system who like get super freaked out about people touching their stuff. So, like, we've had to like figure out ways to be like, okay, like tell them in advance, hey, I need to move these things. And then we move them only once like they know what we're doing and why we're doing it. Maybe that would work for you, like in the future. Just be like, hey, I need to move this stuff. You don't have to tell them that you're doing a surprise for them, obviously, because that would ruin the surprise. Just be like, hey, I need to move this stuff over here for a little bit and just like give them a heads up. Cause like a lot of people really don't like surprises of like stuff being moved or like things changing around who have DID probably because of how often it's like stuff happens and then we don't know what's going on. So yeah, maybe just like in the future, just be like, hey, I need to do this. And then, then show them the surprise part, I guess. Squip, you didn't do anything wrong. This is from Tamsin M. Squip, you didn't do anything wrong and you seem patient and understanding rather than hurt that your effort to surprise them was misunderstood. That is not our experience with my husband. Oh, sorry to hear that. That stinks. I'm sorry. I don't know, Tamsin M. Sounds kind of like your guys' husband needs to like learn some stuff or be at least open to learning some stuff. Maybe like get some therapy for himself if he's like open to it, because it sounds like he's having like issues like dealing with his own feelings about stuff. I mean, just a suggestion. I could be wrong. Squip, thank you for the suggestions and feedback. Very welcome. Tamsin M, you have my sympathy. Yeah, agreed. Because that's just sucky. Zippity Zap, the only person in our system who is super annoyed about their stuff being touched or moved is our little with his toys. Yeah, we have got some people who get super upset about their stuff being touched. Like, interestingly enough, Kit is one of those people. Like, he does not like people to touch his stuff at all. It's fine if they ask first and like they tell him what they're doing, but he does not like things moved without knowing what's happening. And I mean, like, I totes get why. I mean, for him, stuff was constantly getting taken away, and he never knew when something was going to get taken away from him. So, like, I get that. But yeah, having stuff moved and touched is just like a weird thing for some of us. Like, I don't care, move my stuff, whatever. As long as you tell me where you moved it so I can find it later. I mean, don't move it and hide it from me because then I'm going to be irritated because it's like, where's my stuff? But like, I don't care if people touch my stuff. I'm just like, whatever. As long as I can find it, I don't care. But I get that other people do care. So like, I make an effort, Tamsin M, he really does. Yes, he does need therapy. He won't do the work. He's made some changes, but not many and not often. Yeah, unfortunately, like, people have to be willing to like do the work. If they're not, then it's just like not going to happen. And I guess really the only thing you can do is decide to either like accept, hey, this is who this person is, or decide whether or not you're willing to put up with it. It's like really all you can do, I guess. Because like if you're not willing to put up with it, then like that's totes valid, and you should just be like, hey, I'm not okay with this, and this needs to change, and like make a boundary or whatever. And then like if he's not willing to do the work at that point, there's not really much you can do. But yeah, like we've had stuff like that with like friends and like past relationships and stuff where we had to be like, no, we're not okay with this. And you know what? Sometimes it meant things ended, sometimes it meant things changed, but like sometimes it's what you got to do, I guess. I mean, not trying to tell you what to do or anything, just like a suggestion. Curry West, I wish my previous partner would have done therapy. Yeah, we've known lots of people who honestly could have used some therapy. I think probably everyone in the world could probably use at least a little therapy, you know, because everybody's got issues, you know. They may not be like huge, gigantic, life altering, distress causing, disordered issues, all the time, but like everybody could use help sometimes, I guess. And that's like something we've had to learn about doing therapy for us. Tamsin, thank you for all the kind words and sympathy. I'm working on what changes I need to make. That's awesome. Good for you. Alrighty, so it is getting late over here, and our body is like super tired and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and end the stream here, I guess. Plus, our phone is like totally gonna die because it's saying, oh, you only have 15% power left. So yeah, before it just totes craps out on us, we're gonna have to like end things. So like, I guess if there's anything else like anybody wants to say, like go ahead and whatever. And then anything outside of that, like send it to like our email or like Twitter or wherever. And somebody will make sure whoever needs to read it gets it. Tamsin M, our child is 15, so I'm trying to take them into account in this situation. That makes sense. I mean, when you got kids, you got to take them into account. But like something we learned in therapy was that like it's better to do what you need to do to be like happy and like your best self because it makes you like be a better parent. And, I mean, at 15, like, they should probably be old enough to, like, get it if you, like, explained, "Hey, you know, here's the situation and whatever, like, this is what we're doing," you know? I mean, not that you wanna, like, involve them in all of your personal marriage decisions because it's like, it's not their business, but, like, you see what I'm trying to say, right? Squip, thank you, Allens, for your time. You're welcome. Tamsinum, good night. Thank you for the stream. Squip, Frag forgot to ask about the NFC. Squip, well, that's what emails are for. What is an NFC? Oh, near field communication. Okay, I was like, what is NFC? What does that mean? Oh my god. Okay, I'm just like, God, stupid phone. It was trying to fall out of my hands. Alrighty, so I guess that's it then, and talk to you guys the next time I show up. And, like, in whatever videos I'm in or whatever. So, bye, everybody. Have a good night and stuff. Thanks for the live stream and good night. Adios from Zippity Zap and Tamsinum. You're right about doing what I need to do. I'm working to make sure their life isn't completely disrupted, but yes, I'm doing the work about what I need to change. Thank you. You're very welcome. Squib says, nighters, good night. All right, everybody. Bye.